kind of liked her.
Yeah, but that is a great example actually there of having to pivot quite quickly during a conversation and understanding, okay, well, this isn't working, and recognizing it and finding another route. So if you're on your own, you've got to be all four personality types. Sometimes you've got to be ready to dial up the one you need in that
Yeah,
moment. So that's something to be thinking about when you're dealing direct to vendor. And the best deals you're ever going to do are going to be direct to vendor ones.
correct.
Um, okay,
Residential agents now.
residential
These
agent.
these are tough little cookies, right? Because they see professional investors, and I'm going to put professional in inverted commas, professional investors every single day. In fact, numerous times per day. So they know your game. They know that you're going to lowball them, and they are paid by the price that they achieve. So you are at loggerheads with these guys, and to win them round and to get them playing ball the way that we want to play ball is no easy feat, but I do enjoy this as well.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Everything's just a bit of a game, right? You just have to treat it like a game.
You do. You really do have to treat it like a game. Okay, so yeah, and it is about essentially right. When you're starting out, an agent when they don't know you, their job is to get your price up to where the vendor is, right? So the vendors, they've set the vendor's aspiration at a certain price, and their job is to get you up to that, right? When you've worked that agent and they get what you're doing, right, and they understand the volume aspect of what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
This is all about how you speak to them. It switches, right? Because they suddenly understand that if they bring you the right deals, you'll buy all of them,
Yeah.
and a good agent should start seeing the fact that volume beats squeezing every penny out of you. So
Yeah.
then they start bringing vendors down to you, but you've got to train them to do this. Yeah, essentially. So
Their dogs.
yeah, so this is all the benefit of understanding your market, being out in your investment area frequently, and building rapport with the agents. And I see a lot of people make mistakes early on by thinking when they're viewing a property, it's all about the house. It's all about the house, right?
Yeah.
90% of their time is spent looking at skirting boards and the boilers and the electrical wiring. And they're quite surprised when I go in and show them how I do a viewing, and I spend 10% of the time having a look at the house, and 90% of the time I'm speaking to the agent.
Yeah.
Because that's where you get the story, and I know that it's all about building rapport with the agent. And if I can get them understanding what I'm trying to do, I'm going to get a lot more stuff coming to me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be able to negotiate the prices where I want them.
Yeah.
Okay?
A
So
common mistake an amateur would do is go in, look around the property, spend loads of time, like you say, boiler, roof, asking questions about that, and then I don't think this is for me, then leave. And that's it. That's the viewing done. That is a massive missed opportunity, isn't it?
and if they do that with me out on a membership, they go get a get a black mark in the book, and they get sent back in to do it properly. Right?
Yeah, they do. You actually do send them back in. That's well humiliating. Sorry, I forgot to ask you tons of questions.
Right. So the first thing is to go and start building rapport with that agent, because you never know who they are. It's really easy to make an assumption that person is just a key opener, a door opener, and they don't know anything about the house. But the amount of times I've been on a mentorship where you're out viewing a property and there's someone standing there, no one's talking to them, and you go up and you talk to them, and they turn out to be the owner of the agency, that no one else is available to go and do that viewing, so they've gone out to do it. Right. And suddenly it's like, right, goldmine of information. And that's, a real opportunity to start building rapport and, and start laying your base level
Yeah.
in negotiation later on. So everything that you do as an investor out in the field is about laying down the groundwork for when it comes to negotiating your offers. So, in terms of groundwork, the first things I teach people to do is to elevate themselves from everybody else, what I call the homes under the hammer crowd. Okay. Yeah. We all know those people who have, watched Homes Under the Hammer forever and think they're experts in property investing and blah, blah. Yeah. So we've got to elevate from those. And the first and simplest way of doing that is when you go and meet an agent is to tell them that you're an investor, you're here to buy 10 properties over the next 3 to 6 months. And, you're looking for 2 and 3 bed distressed houses in this price range, blah, blah. So straight away, as soon as you do that, you see the agent's ears should go bing, because they suddenly start seeing that you're not just here for one house.
Yeah.
It's not about this house.
Yeah. But also you've demonstrated that you know what you're talking about because you've been very specific on your brief. You know, some people make the mistake by saying, hi, I'm looking to buy properties at a discount.
Yeah.
That's not really going to hit home.
Yeah. Well, all they think there is someone's been on a property course and been told to buy
Yeah.
a discount, right?
Or they're on a free webinar,
Oh
or
yeah,
they're
watched,
on YouTube and they now think that they've got it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so it's about, elevating yourself from the homes under the hammer crowd, being something different and setting the stall out that you're here for multiple deals over a short period of time. That is the first step to doing that. And that sets you up for negotiation later on. So in terms of, so it's not just about, well, the point I'm trying to make is, you build the picture. It's not just about that point of making an offer that negotiation starts. You start it on viewing the house. You've already laid the groundwork there. Okay, but when you're actually coming to put your offers in and negotiate a deal,
Yeah.
there's some really useful little hacks that we've learned and tips and tricks that we've learned over the years for doing this. So, what's your favourite one, Caroline?
Well, I normally explain what my plan is, how much it's going to cost me to get that plan completed, like renovating and and then therefore the max I can give you is X. Please take that to your client. I know it's not what you're looking for. I know it's not what your client's looking for, but if you take that to your client now, I can complete within 3 weeks, so that I give them a kind of, the shit sandwich where you're like, here's a lovely story. You're about to get an offer. You should be excited, but here's the offer that you probably don't want because it's much lower than you really expect. But the positive again is that I'm going to buy a load more from you, or I'm going to rent it through you, or I'm going to flip it on through you, or whatever. You just package it all up neatly so that they can see the big picture rather than focus entirely on just that small number you've just given them.
Yeah, absolutely. And, how I like to do that is by, you're trading off the price against speed and certainty.
Yeah.
Right. So you're saying, look, I'm not going to give you, I can't get to your number that your client wants, but I've got the cash and I'll do it quick.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have the cash, that's the first secret. Whether you have the cash or not, you say you have the cash. Yeah, because you'll get it.